Yo guys, what's good? Your boy MC. So today we're going to talk about financial expectations amongst Latinas. I'm gonna speak more so on Dominicans in the Dominican Republic because that's what I have the most experience in. So yeah, if you want to support the channel, the link is in the description. I put together a playlist of a photo shoot that I did. This is the best way to support the channel. Um, I will say this. I haven't really, I haven't met a bunch of Latinas that's like gung ho on the man paying for everything. Honestly, I think most women would agree to that anyway. They would say that's something that you're supposed to do. But what I will say is that they don't mind doing their part because they're Latinas. Them doing their part really isn't an issue. Unlike here in America, they tend to not want to, do it. When I was there in the Dominican Republic, I was with my girl. I ate 3 times a day, and she would take fruit and she would cut it up and just bring it to me. They had this one fruit, I think it was papaya. I didn't like it, but it was just more of a culture shock. Like that's just what they did off top. It's not something that we had to have a fight or a debate over. So for me, I really don't like spending money on women. It most of it is just a waste of money. But when they're actually doing their part and taking care of the house, it you do see like the fruits of your labor on that aspect, and it did feel good. It was to the point I already got a little gut, but she was making it more apparent. They got something called tres gopes, which is eggs and meat, and some pickled onions, and I think she made me some manfogo. That's when they take plantains and they smash it up and they put pickled onions on top. And with the plantain, it's very starchy and it sits in your stomach. I think it has a lot of fiber. But hey man, I was getting fed. I was eating so much that it made me lazy. What they call it, the itis. So I say yeah, they it's not something that they gung ho about it. But with that being said, especially if you're going to be meeting Latinas or Dominicans specifically, they be asking for money, man. And not all of them, but even the quote unquote good ones, you know, after a while, it starts to become a little annoying, honestly. But they do their part, so they do make up for that part. Now, this is depending on the type of woman that you meet, obviously. But the ones that I met that love to do that part, everything's good. Everything's good. I think if every woman had a choice, they would just let the guy do the work. I still see that as kind of lazy, but I am American, so the women here have pushed for a different culture. There, they still tend to, and I'm not going to make it seem like they're so traditional because they're not, but in certain aspects, it is more beneficial. So if you're looking for a home taker, how did I say it? A home caretaker type of a woman, you will find a lot of that there. A lot of I remember asking this one Dominican woman, "Can you cook?" She said, "Of course, I'm Dominican." So if you are looking for that type of woman, a lot of them do exist in the Dominican Republic. The only downside is that um, I would say the only downside to Dominican women is that it's in the Dominican Republic. It's a poor country, so they're gonna ask for money more often than not. But other than that, if you want tradition, it's there. It's cool. So that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. I'm out.